What's the stupidest reason someone ignored a life or death warning? My old boss called me a bitter ex-employee trying to ruin their biggest concert when I warned him that the stage was about to collapse that night. For 6 years, I worked at the concert hall helping artists create the stage of their dreams. I've dealt with Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, and a ton of other stars. But 8 months back, when the budget got tight, they laid me off. It was heartbreaking because it wasn't like it was because of bad performance or anything I could have done to prevent it. They couldn't pay for a specialist anymore. So yeah, it was back to LinkedIn for me. Anyway, last Friday, I went to the venue to support my friend Cameron and his band at their first big show. I was seriously proud. I watched them perform from garages, and now they were stepping onto the bigger leagues. I got there early with my visitor pass and was catching up with some old coworkers backstage when I heard this specific metal groan from above, a sound that made my blood run cold. I had heard it only twice in my career, but man, still freaking scary. It was the heavy sound that steel makes when it's about to give up. My coworkers and I looked at each other with a worried expression and immediately searched for it. And there it was, right above the stage at the main light rig. 800 pounds of equipment swaying hauntingly on a windless night. It was a death trap. I found my ex-boss Bateman at the dressing room yelling at one of the interns. I walked over with a professional expression and told him that the center rig needed to come down immediately. The main coupling will shear off any minute. He rolled his eyes at me and groaned, "Ah, Christ, not you again." I tried to stay calm and told him I was serious and reminded him I'd filed 3 reports about that joint. He waved his arms around angrily. "Exactly. This is why I had to let you go. All these reports about everything couldn't tell real problems from your paranoia." I took a deep breath. I wasn't paranoid. I was trying to prevent bad things from happening. And I'm doing the same thing now. I pointed up at the rig. "This is real. Look at those stress marks." He wouldn't even glance up. "In case you forgot, you don't work here anymore. You're a nobody. So get out and stop making everyone panic for no reason." I stepped in front of him, stopping him from walking off. "Sorry, but no. My friend's performing right under that thing." He smirked, leaned his face in just to spit. "And if your friend wants to perform tonight, you better butt out, or they'll never perform anywhere. You hear me?" He elbowed me, pushing me to the side while I stood there, hands in fists, frustrated. So now what? I let my friend get injured just to let them perform? I tried asking the other employees. Todd, the current head rigger, JC, the sound engineer. I begged them to listen, to adjust the band placement if we couldn't stop the concert. They just avoided me. "You're gonna get us in trouble, man. I'm sorry. Bateman says we can't talk to you." The security showed up with Bateman, standing between me and the other employees. His face looked smug. "You know what your problem always was? You always acted like a god here, always better than everyone else. Never thought you'd be replaced by someone younger and cheaper." I tried to stay professional. "The coupling's about to shear. When those lights heat up, the metal expands and it's gonna fail." Bateman laughed. "You keep yapping, but look around. No one is listening. You're just embarrassing yourself." But the more people entered the hall, the more the rig wobbled and swayed. Even the security guards behind him looked worried. "Please," I begged. "This isn't going to end well. That swaying isn't normal anymore." Bateman cut me off. "You know what's not normal? Coming back to your old job trying to scare everyone because you're bitter about being let go. That stung. Really stung. I loved this job. I loved the people. And sure, the layoff hurt, but not enough to want people getting injured." Bateman turned to security. "He's made a direct threat against our patrons. Get him out now." They grabbed my arms and started dragging me out while I kept pleading. "People are going to die. Just move them back 10 feet. 10 feet. Bateman called after me, laughing. "This is exactly why we fired you. Can't let go. Can't move on. Pathetic." They threw me out on the curb, told me to go home, but I didn't. I called the fire department, but they said they needed the venue to request an inspection. I texted every band member warnings. Prayed to God I was wrong about everything. 3 songs into the set with the full light show blazing, I saw the flash of metal give way. 800 pounds of lights and steel crashed down onto center stage. The drummer's entire kit got obliterated. The bassist managed to dive aside just in time. But my friend Cameron got knocked down by a swinging cable. Red streamed from the large cuts all over his face. 3 others in the audience got hit by the flying debris. The crowd screamed and stampeded toward the exit, more people getting injured from the panic. The fire investigator found me helping paramedics and asked if I'd called about the rigging. He examined the sheared coupling and said it broke exactly where I'd warned them. The police on the site handcuffed Bateman, dragging him to the cop car while he shouted at me for sabotaging. The fire chief handed me his card. "Heard you're looking for a job. Sounds like you could work for us or take that guy's job."